Are you looking for a risk-free way to make money sports betting? Then you should look no further than a concept called arbitrage sports betting. So the definition of arbitrage is the simultaneous buying and selling of securities, currencies, or commodities in different markets or in derivative forms in order to take advantage of differing prices for the same asset. We are going to apply this arbitrage concept to sports betting today. So in sports betting, arbitrage means you could basically bet both sides of a line, both sides of a market, whatever you're betting on, and have a guaranteed profit. You see, there are a lot of different sports books in each state. In my state, Colorado, for example, there are over 20 different sports books. And with that, there are also tens of thousands of things you can bet on each and every day. And because there are so many things to bet on and so many different sports books, naturally, there are going to be some discrepancies. There are going to be some situations where you bet both sides of a bet and have a guaranteed profit if you're using two different sports books. In order to succeed arbitrage sports betting, you need to have all of the sports books downloaded so you can maximize the opportunities. You might be asking, are the sports books aware of arbitrage sports betting? They are aware that it exists. Yes, and they are doing things to try to stop it, which means you have to be quick to take advantage of the arbitrage opportunities. So with all of these sports books being aware of arbitrage opportunities, it is very necessary to have a tool to lock in your profits and be able to do it quickly and be able to identify the opportunities quickly and be able to execute your strategy. So later in this video, I'm going to get into the tool that I use to be able to successfully arbitrage sports bet. The reason you need a tool for arbitrage sports betting is because without one, you're gonna need to go into every single sports book and not have them side by side, and you're gonna have to identify the opportunities. You're gonna pretty much be on your own. With a tool, you have an easy to use display that shows you the arbitrage percentages, shows you the game, shows you the opportunities, well, whatever you wanna bet on, and you can then easily execute your strategy, click from that tool into the sportsbook, and be able to get the job done. Sportsbook lines are always moving, so it's on you to check each and every day throughout the day to find these arbitrage opportunities, because sometimes they will pop up when you're not necessarily expecting it. And you might think, oh, I can outsmart the sports books. I know everything about sports. I'll be able to do that. The answer is no, you cannot do that. There is no way that over time, without an analytical strategy, you will be able to be a profitable sports bettor, because the sports books have very smart people running the show. The sports books have people that set the odds every day. They know what they're doing. You may be getting on a hot streak and feeling good about yourself, but over the long run, you will eventually go cold. I promise you. Trust me, I know from experience. I'm someone who loves sports betting. I enjoy it as a hobby, but I have not been a profitable sports bettor over time. And that is because I did not use analytical strategies. I did not know about arbitrage sports betting. It has very much been a revolutionary thing that I have learned about, and I'm very excited to be using this strategy going forward because it is a guaranteed method of success. Betting with your heart over your head is not a smart strategy. If you're betting with your heart, you will not make money over the long run. I promise you that. A great thing about arbitrage sports betting is it does give you that peace of mind. It's a guaranteed win. You literally are betting both sides of a line due to the discrepancies at the sports books, and you will not lose. You will not lose money if you execute your strategy properly. Arbitrage sports betting is something where you can slowly build up your bankroll after starting with a small amount of money. Anyone can do it. And a lot of the time, arbitrage bets are only going to net you about a 2 to 3% profit. And that's okay. That may seem small at the beginning, but let's say you do that for a month. Let's say you make 2 to 3% every day for a whole month arbitrage sports betting. That means you get a 60 to 90% gain over a month period. So you really are competing with the stock market in that scenario. And what you're going to be thinking about is, what I really want people to know about arbitrage sports betting is I want you to be rewiring your mind. I don't want people to be thinking about arbitrage as betting. I want people to be thinking about it as an investment. There is no emotion in it. That's the great thing. Arbitrage takes all of the emotion out of sports betting. And that means you can watch whatever your game you're watching in peace, knowing that you are going to be putting profits in the bank. You're going to be making money. You're going to be feeling great about yourself no matter the outcome. And you don't have to be sweating, live betting, doing any of this other stuff that the sportsbooks want you to do. You know, I know you can see all these sportsbooks having these promotions on TV. Don't worry about any of that. Just focus on this. Just focus on the concept of arbitrage and you will be successful just starting with that. No knowledge of sports needed, no knowledge of betting needed. You can just do this. And if you execute the strategy properly, you will be successful. So I'm going to give you an example of an arbitrage sports bet. And this may be a bit of extreme example because this does have a 20% arbitrage profit. And this may happen from time to time, which is why you should be looking out for these opportunities each and every day throughout the day, because you might run into a situation like this. As I said earlier, it's probably a 2 to 3% arbitrage profit that you're going to be looking at. But in this example, it is a 20% gain. So in this Portland versus Minnesota basketball game, you have a prop on FanDuel, Toumani Camara over 3.5 rebounds at plus 150. And on DraftKings, you have Toumani Camara under 3.5 rebounds, also at plus 150. This is the same game, the same line of 3.5, over and under, plus 150 on both sports books. So what you could do in this situation is put $200 on both the over and the under on FanDuel and DraftKings, and you will be guaranteed a $500 payout no matter what. That is a $100 profit, a 20% arbitrage gain. That is the beauty of arbitrage sports betting, the discrepancies of the sports books. Now, this is an extreme case. I understand that. You're not going to get 20% every day of the week, but 2 to 3% every day is nothing to sneeze at. You should be feeling very good about that. And if your average is in that range, you will make money over time, and you will run into these extreme examples every once in a while, which is really something that is appealing. So now I'm going to get into a tool that I use to successfully arbitrage sports bet, and it is a tool called OddsJam. Okay, so right now I'm on the OddsJam page. This is the arbitrage tool. The arbitrage page, it shows you every single possible arbitrage bet. And with thousands of things going on each and every day, you see there's a good number of opportunities here, even if a lot of them are under 1%. We do have a few opportunities over 2%. So these are the ones here that you would look to take advantage of. And what a good thing that OddsJam does here is it does show that certain bets are risky, and certain players, if you're going to bet a player prop, must start for the arb to hit. So keep that in mind. I would honestly personally bet something where that is not the case, just to be safe, especially if you're just starting out. So for example, I would bet on this Djokovic match here on the total number of games, odd or even. The total number of games, odd or even. So you can click on this calculator tool here, and it actually shows you here on Bet365 and Fanatics how much you need to put in on each in order to be profitable. And the great thing is, let's say I put in $200 here. It shows you the exact number on Fanatics after you put in your Bet365 amount. So when you put in 200, it automatically puts in $267.44 on Fanatics. And in this situation, if you put $467 in on your total stake, the total payout, regardless of whether the total number of games are odd or even, you're going to get $500 payout. You're going to get that $500 payout, a 6.51% arbitrage gain. That is a spectacular play. I highly recommend taking that. And the great thing about OddsJam, in most cases, not all, you can do this one-click bet. You can click on here to go to the game page on Bet365 or on FanDuel. OddsJam doesn't have the ability for every single sports book for the one-click bet, but it does have it for most of them. So if you have these FanDuel and Bet365 situations here, you can just click on the page and you can make your money. It's a very user-friendly app. I really enjoy using it. This is something where I'm looking every single day. You want to be looking every day. You don't need to be obsessive, but you just need to be looking out for these types of opportunities in order to make your profits. A 6.51% is spectacular. If you want to bet on something you like, I love baseball. I would maybe throw something on this first half run line, even though it's only a 1.61% here. Once again, I'll put in 150. It tells you 162.88 on the Astros. And right here, $312.88 total stake, $318 payout, a 1.61% arbitrage gain. And this is probably a more common percentage that you are going to see. But again, this may seem small. It will add up over time. You will make money if you use this type of strategy every single day. OddsJam is very helpful with this strategy. And again, even if you have a small number to start, a small bankroll to start, your bankroll will slowly build up. And then at that point, once your bankroll builds up, you can make larger bets with the OddsJam arbitrage tool. So overall, OddsJam is a wonderful tool. It is a valuable tool that I use to profitably arbitrage bet. It is a tool I look forward to continuing to use in the future. Thank you all for watching this video. I look forward to speaking with you all again soon.